guys, I'm back with a new video. Sorry for it being a long time, I just had a lot going on. And I'm back with something a little different today. What you may not know about me is I'm actually quite a big gamer, and I thought it'd be quite interesting to look at a PS4 controller, something that's a bit more pricey than the usual controller. And then they've recently come out as professional gaming controllers. PlayStation's allowed to. This one by Nacon, as you can see here, and the one by Razer as well. I've gone with this one purely because of the staggered Xbox control style, which I always prefer. And yeah, I'll talk about that more once the video gets going. First things first, I'm going to show you the box that came in. So this was the box. It's quite a nice looking box. It's magnetic as well, which I thought was a nice touch. Comes encased in this, and once you take these both apart, you have a microfiber cloth and a carrying case, which I think is pretty cool. You have some stickers which you can put onto your controller, customize in the ways you want. You have a, so you have some weights in here. And what you can do is, at the bottom of the controller here, you get given this key, which is in the packet here somewhere, and you can actually take these out and actually adjust the weight of the controller. So that's what's in here, which I'll show you actually now. Oh. As you can see here, so they're little weights. As you can see, they're written on the side. They're 17 grams each, so you can adjust that to how you want. If you want a lighter controller or a heavier one, depends on what's best for you. I've just left the standard one in there, what's given with the controller, and I think that's good enough, to be honest. I'm not sure how much is in there at the moment, but I find that's perfectly fine. Right, so basically I'm just going to talk about the pros and cons of this controller and if you should buy it, really. Alright, so I'm going to start with the pros. Like I mentioned before, it's got a staggered style of controls of the analog sticks, so it's an Xbox style. It's a bigger controller, so it fits in your hand better, which I think is always better. There's clicky buttons, so all the buttons are clickier, which I think is nice. You've got an 8-way pad instead of a usual 4-way that the PS4 has, which is nice. You've got a working touchpad with a nice PS4 icons on there, which is quite nice. You've got a headphone jack, which some of the other custom controllers don't really have, which is cool. You've got, of course, the 4 macro buttons on the back, so the 4 additional buttons that you can also have up to 4 profiles saved onto the controller. So if you want to have a profile for a different game like FIFA or FPS, you can just do that, and you can switch it on by just flicking the switch like that, and it comes on. Something else is that the analog sticks are actually metal. They're not usually like the rubber that you get on the usual ones that tend to peel away after time, and it gets annoying. You have to replace them. So these are obviously going to last you a lot longer. The triggers actually fit in your finger a bit better. So they actually feel more like triggers than the PS4 controller, where they're just flat and downwards instead of outwards like this. So they feel much better in the hand. I guess that's it. I mean, you got the wire, so you got unlimited battery. That's another thing. So you can game as to your heart's content. There's no battery to this. It's a wired connection, so you can game as long as you want. Another cool thing I think is that they don't have a light bar on here, which you might have already noticed. If you're a PS4 gamer, you might already know that's missing. What they've replaced it with is this light bar here. So that indicates the player color. And also there's a light here around the analog stick, which I think is really cool. So when you plug that in, it's very nice. It's a nice little touch there. Yeah, so I mean, those are the main positives. I mean, it's got this nice matte feel to it as well, which I think is really nice. So now the cons of it. I mean, it comes at about £90, which is what, $100 so, I think about $110 or something like that. which is quite pricey considering a PS4 these days is about £180. You know what I mean, for like a new PS4. So that's something you might have to think about. And considering for a person like me, I really didn't I didn't find the profiles too useful. I don't know about you if that's something you're looking for. If it is, then fair enough. This might be for you. If you've got, £90 lying about and you think this, you need a new controller, then I don't see why not. Obviously another thing is that it's wired, which, if you're used to wireless gaming, it might feel a bit too different. It might take you a while to get used to it. I mean, it is a 3 meter wire though. Like if you're a distance away from your PS4, you've got 3 meters, which should be plenty, to be honest. For me, it's about a meter away, so for me, it's perfectly fine. Other cons do we have? The R1, and I find it hard to use. For some games, you have to press them all the way down to actually, make these buttons actually do the command. And for games like football games like FIFA, I find it's a bit more difficult to use. And yeah, like I mean, I guess it'd be better for FPSs. I think I've played a couple on it, and I think it's they've been better for in terms of those. And you can actually adjust the sensitivity of those, which is something else you can do on the PC. So you can get a companion app that comes with the controller, and you can just edit those yourself. So you can adjust the sensitivity, what button does what, add in those 4 extra buttons and give those commands as well. And yeah, really, guess I can show you what it looks like when it's actually plugged in. Give me a sec. So this is what the cable looks like. It goes in with those, I don't know what this connection is called, to be honest, but it's a 5-point connection. So that's why it's not USB, it needs 5 connections. So you just plug that in at the top, make sure it matches the sides. There you go, and you screw it in, so it keeps it secure. So I'm going to plug this into my laptop. Bear with me, sorry. There we go. So as you can see there, it lights up like that, which I think is a very nice little touch there. I think it's like a very, definitive look to it. I really like that actually. And yeah, I think that's a very cool touch to it. But I mean, it's by no means, anything special. Like it's kind of a gimmick in a way, but it's very cool. So, I mean, to summarise, it's just, if you're willing to spend £90, I would recommend this. So, if you're willing to fork out the money, you're right with having a wired controller, you're used to the Xbox style, or you think, it didn't take too long to get used to actually. I usually use the normal standard PS4 controllers with the analog sticks being here, and it took me, like less than an hour to get used to it. It's really quick to get used to, and like I said, once you get used to it, it's definitely worth it. Gaming feels a lot more comfortable. And yeah. And I think it's definitely better out the 2 professional controllers. Like the Razer one, I haven't actually got that one here with me, but that one's £50 or so more, and it's just, in my opinion, just slightly better than the current PS4 normal standard controller. It's got the same layout, and that's what most people are looking for. The staggered layout, which yeah, that's where Xbox has the edge, to be honest, with the controllers. And that's what Nacon here has brought to the table. And yeah, I guess that's really everything, to be honest. I'm going to be making a few more videos soon. I know I haven't been making many, to be honest. And thank you for the subscribers I've gotten so far, which, I've got 1.5 thousand already, which I think is great. So thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for also watching my videos and leaving your feedback. I appreciate it all. I tried to take it on board. I bought a professional mic as well, which some people made a comment about. I'm trying to improve my lighting. As you can see, again, I'm doing it in a dark condition, which isn't ideal, but I thought I'd go ahead and do it. I'm trying to improve that in the future. And yeah, just in general, thanks for sticking around. And if you want to leave a suggestion on what you would like to see in future videos, do so, and I'll try and see what I can do. And yeah, that's about it really. So once again, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.